Coming up tonight on DC News Now at 6. 15 people hurt and 9 were brought to the hospital. What police know so far about a car that drove into a crowd sitting outside an Arlington restaurant. And figuring out the next step, a look at the struggles of migrants bused to DC from the southern states.
And our weather today has been absolutely stupendous, and it's not that I throw that word out too often. How long will this nice weather continue? Can we expect the same for your Sunday and beyond? Stick around, my 7-day forecast is coming up.
And good evening. Welcome to DC News Now at 6. I'm Max Marcillo. We begin tonight with developing news after yet another violent night in our nation's capital. Our news partner Larry Calhoun with DC Real-Time News was listening to several scanners overnight, and here's what we're following for you at this hour. We're going to begin with a shooting that happened on 11th Street Northwest. This is in the Columbia Heights neighborhood. Here's what we know so far. The Metropolitan Police Department is investigating after 2 kids were apparently shot. There was no word on what led to the shooting or if there are any suspects yet. We are told that the kids are expected to be okay. And another MPD officer shot someone, this one happening just blocks away from the D.C.-Maryland border in the Congress Heights neighborhood. Officers on the scene told reporters that around 7 o'clock last night, they got calls after a suspect was assaulting someone. They were also told that suspect had a gun, and once they got to the scene, they allegedly told the suspect to drop the gun. When he didn't, we're told that's when an officer shot the man. The man was then arrested and transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And in Prince George's County, the search is on for suspects in 2 fatal shootings. Take a look at what we know so far. The first shooting happened last night around 8:45 in Capitol Heights. A boy was taken to the hospital where he later died. The second shooting happened in a residential area off of William Beans Road. This is in Upper Marlboro. One man was declared dead, and police in Prince George's County are asking if you know anything about either of these 2 shootings, please call 1-866-411-TIPS. And remember, you can always reach out anonymously. And we're tracking breaking news tonight at 6. The Montgomery County Board of Elections has officially certified the results of the July 19th primary elections after several weeks. And among the races, the closest call was the race for Democratic representative for county executive, where current executive Mark Elrich beat opponent David Blair by only 35 votes, down from what was 42. Blair has gone on Twitter and said he will be requesting a recount due to how close the vote was, and we'll have more on this story as it is still developing at this hour. And the top story we've been tracking since late last night, a dinner time unlike any other at an Irish pub in Arlington, Virginia. Police and first responders, well, they are still trying to figure out just how a car rammed right into Ireland's forecourts. Take a look at some of the video. This was just after 7 o'clock last night in the popular courthouse neighborhood of Arlington. We're now learning 15 people were hurt. Arlington police said 9 had to go to the hospital. At this hour, police say 2 still have critical injuries. 1 more suffered serious injuries. The other 6 in the hospital, non-life-threatening. 6 additional people, including some you see there, were treated for non-life-threatening injuries at the scene. We spoke with one of the restaurant's servers last night.
I was at a table. The table I was at was near the back of the pub. So these 4 Irish fellas were just over for a holiday, and we were just talking away, and we heard this massive loud explosion. It felt like a bomb was just thrown into the pub.
Mary Riley described that as pure panic. Investigators described the building as structurally sound, but it will remain closed until further notice. Our Dave Lavelle has been on scene, and we'll have an update later this evening. And also developing, D.C. police say a Thursday night shooting in DuPont Circle that left 1 dead and another injured, that was a targeted attack. It happened near the intersection of Florida and Connecticut Avenues. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone has that story.
It is kind of scary. The stray bullets, they were in all directions.
This shattered glass is one of the remaining signs of Thursday's fatal shooting.
I'm thankful to God that, there was not more than 1 casualty.
Ashish is one of the owners of Universal Wine and Liquors. He was inside his shop on Florida Avenue around 9:30 when bullets started flying.
Suddenly, I heard all these shots popping up. So I thought, some random shooter opened fire. They went through our storefront and knocking off our neon light.
Police say more than 50 bullets were fired, all aiming at one person, 31-year-old Stephon Johns.
It appeared to us that they were specifically trying to target the individual.
According to MPD Commander John Haynes, surveillance video showed this silver 2021 Alfa Romeo Giulia with yellow brake calibers circling the area. When Johns arrived and got out of a car, the silver car reversed down the street. 4 armed people jumped out, one with an assault weapon, and started firing, killing Johns before driving away. An innocent bystander walking down Connecticut Avenue was also hit, but is expected to be okay.
The individuals that are committing these crimes really have no regard for anyone's safety. I mean, clearly they went out there to try to kill somebody.
The suspect vehicle was stolen just a few blocks away last week. Officials say if you see it, call police and do not approach. Anyone in the car is considered armed and dangerous. As for your general safety in the area,
It's best to stay in groups, stay with people you know, pay attention to what's going on around you.
which some tell us they already do.
Keep your head on the swivel and watch your back. Like, it's sad.
That was Marielle Carbone reporting. Now, tonight we are also learning more about the man accused of the brutal killing of a Fairfax County woman who was stabbed and set on fire. This new information comes from court documents we've obtained from Fairfax County. 47-year-old Richard Montano, you see him there. He is accused of stabbing Kelly Vaca Abakay in her apartment at the Villages on Wednesday. There is a growing memorial outside her home. Now, we have learned from those court documents about the evidence police have collected. They say bloody clothing seen on a ring camera at the crime scene was later found at Montano's house. And we also learned Montano works as a handyman, and when he was arrested, according to the court documents, he claimed to have an alibi for the time of the murder, saying he was working all day. But there is still one thing the court documents didn't share, and we're trying to figure out how the suspect knew the victim. And the man who attacked author Salman Rushdie on stage yesterday with a knife has pled not guilty for attempted murder and assault. 24-year-old Hadi Matar was brought before a New York City judge and placed his plea during the first day of his arraignment hearing. Rushdie's agent says that the author of the Satanic Verses is still in the hospital with damage to his liver, arm, nerves, and he is expected to lose an eye after the attack. Well, it is no secret at this point in 2022, violence has become a major issue all across the DMV. Now one community in Prince George's County is coming up with a new way to try to get it all under control. DC News Now's Yamari Sase covers Prince George's County for us, and she has more on the public safety rally that was held, all to promote peace.
So we are coming here today to say that we care about our young people. We don't want to see them in jail or in prison. We want to prevent gun violence.
Dozens of people showed up to Goodwin Park in Seat Pleasant for the Our Streets, Our Future rally, hosted by the Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office.
We want to prevent crime here in our community, and it takes the residents along with law enforcement working together to prevent crime.
There was food, activities for kids, and even live performances. In the audience, there was also grieving mothers disappointed in the violence the county has seen.
We lack a lot of love in the community, so at the end of the day, these events right here, they just open up that window to let everybody know that we still here and we still love them.
Tiffany Evans lost her 8-year-old son to a stray bullet just last year in Landover, Maryland.
There's so many issues that we're dealing with, mental health issues, all of that. So we just got to really just start encouraging each other, just showing love, man, putting God back into the household, that's it.
Tyrese McAllister lost her 18-year-old due to gun violence in 2017. She says more needs to be done to put an end to the rising crime.
The people who have the guns and the people who are killing don't care about laws, and I don't think it's getting us where we need to be. It is the access to guns and the easy access to guns in our community that have our children killing and being killed, and we have got to do something about the access to guns.
And having events like this not only brings the community together, but it also sends a message.
Safety is a human right. We should all be able to feel safe in our neighborhood.
Reporting in Seat Pleasant, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
And now we're tracking the migrant crisis in D.C. For the last 4 months, those migrants have been coming into the district, sent here by the Republican governors in Texas and Arizona. It's something that's worrying to D.C.'s top officials. It's prompted Mayor Muriel Bowser to ask the National Guard for help, not once, but twice. DC News Now's Leonard Fleming has been following this story for weeks, and in this exclusive report, he gives us a first-hand glimpse into what happens the moments these migrants arrive in the nation's capital.
It came from Arizona with Texas plates and arrived just blocks from the Capitol building. 41 migrants, tired and drained from their arduous journey from South America to D.C., taking their first steps from a 40-hour bus ride toward what they hope is the American dream. Children with teddy bears, fathers and mothers holding their tiny hands. And what awaits them? Needed diapers, clothes, and shoes. Behind the necessities are food, love, and smiles from volunteers elated to help them.
It's an amazing feeling, to be honest, to be able to help them. Seeing that transformation in just sometimes hours, sometimes in a few days when they're staying with us, it's an amazing feeling. It's what keeps us going as well.
One migrant, 50 years old, from Colombia is now headed to New Jersey. Leaving behind family members for a better future was, in his words, an extremely difficult decision.
First, the hard part is the money. The capacity to have enough money for a trip is hard to get. I worked hard for a long time to save a ticket to Mexico.
His journey from Colombia to the Mexican border was 4 days, but there's trauma from the experience he needs to recover from.
Very long and exhausting. The adults, I felt, had a lot of anxiety, fear that they would stop us and ask us questions of where we were going and then deport us.
His stay in D.C. was just a few hours. Now he looks to realize the promise of America's opportunities. In Washington, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now.
And now an update to a story that we first brought you back in January. Do you remember that snow incident that shut down I-95 in Virginia? The one that trapped drivers on the road for hours, including Senator Tim Kaine? Well, now a 29-page audit by Inspector General Michael Westfall found plenty of ways in which the situation could have been handled better. Westfall noted that a key problem was the state's lack of a specific plan to handle cases of heavy snowfall. This is something that the state should have been prepared for after a similar incident happened back in 2018 on I-81 Southwest. That's near Bristol. Now, the inspector also wrote that agencies within VDOT failed to properly communicate. They also failed to draw attention to a lack of communication with the general public and more. Westfall recommends that it would be best for the state to create a declaration of preparedness like the one used in West Virginia in cases of heavy snowfall.